The Okavango Delta stretches wide under the early morning light as I guide my small patrol boat through a narrow water channel. Mist rises from the wetlands and the air carries the distant sounds of birds and grazing herds. I am conducting a routine wildlife monitoring patrol along the floodplain. A sudden wave of distressed movement breaks the calm near a muddy depression beside the water. A baby buffalo calf is trapped deep in a thick mud pit near the edge of the delta. The heavy mud grips the small body tightly, holding the legs immobile. The baby buffalo calf struggles weakly, but every movement sinks it deeper into the sticky ground. A pride of lions surrounds the trapped baby buffalo calf. Several adult lions press close to the immobilized body. The baby buffalo calf remains conscious, eyes wide, breathing fast, unable to escape the suction of the mud. A few lions begin biting at the exposed head and shoulders, while the rest of the body remains trapped in the mud. The thick mud prevents any defensive movement. Just a short distance away, a herd of adult buffalo stands watching from firmer ground. The herd shifts nervously, but does not charge into the unstable mud pit. The lions maintain control of the situation, aware of the herd's presence. The baby buffalo calf attempts another desperate movement, but the mud holds firm around its legs and torso. The herd forms a tense semicircle around the edge of the wetland. I cut the engine of the boat and assess the distance between the water channel and the mud pit. If nothing changes, the baby buffalo calf will not survive much longer. I grip the steering bar and look for a safe way to approach the unstable ground. I push the patrol boat closer to the muddy bank, knowing the ground between me and the baby buffalo calf is unstable. The baby buffalo calf remains trapped waist deep in thick mud, legs completely immobilized. Adult lions continue biting at the exposed head and shoulders, while the lower body stays suctioned in place. The herd of adult buffalo shifts nervously on firm ground, but none step into the mud pit. I use a long wooden pole to test the surface near the edge of the depression. The pole sinks deep into the mud with little resistance. The mud pit is wider than it first appeared. The baby buffalo calf struggles weakly, but each movement causes the mud to tighten around the torso. One adult lion lifts its head and looks directly toward me. Another adult lion steps partially into the mud near the trapped body, but stays on firmer patches. The pride is alert to my presence. If I approach too close, the adult lions may charge. If I wait longer, the baby buffalo calf will not survive the continued attack. The herd of adult buffalo lowers their heads in agitation, but remain blocked by the unstable terrain. I step from the boat onto a narrow strip of firmer soil beside the water. The mud shifts under my boots immediately. I realize I will need equipment to pull the baby buffalo calf free without stepping fully into the pit. The adult lions tighten their formation around the trapped body as I move closer. The baby buffalo calf's breathing becomes more labored. Time is collapsing around this moment. I reach back into the boat and grab a heavy-duty tow rope and a flare device. If I do not create space between the pride and the mud pit, there will be no chance of extraction. The wind shifts across the floodplain, carrying my scent toward the adult lions. Several adult lions turn fully in my direction. This is the point where everything can escalate beyond control. I swing the flare in a wide arc to force the adult lions farther back from the mud pit. The pride retreats several meters but does not leave the area completely. The baby buffalo calf remains trapped waist deep in dense suctioning mud, legs fully immobilized. The exposed head and shoulders are injured, but the calf is still breathing. I drop the flare onto a damp patch of mud where it continues burning brightly. With both hands free, I uncoil the heavy-duty tow rope. I know I cannot step fully into the mud pit without becoming trapped myself. I use the long wooden pole to extend the rope toward the baby buffalo calf. The mud shifts under my boots as I lean forward carefully. The herd of adult buffalo remains tense on firm ground, watching closely. Several adult lions pace at a distance, waiting for an opportunity. I manage to loop the rope around the upper torso of the baby buffalo calf, just behind the front legs. The rope sinks slightly into the mud but holds position around the body. I secure the other end of the rope to the rear of the patrol boat. The engine remains off as I position the rope carefully to avoid sudden jerks. The baby buffalo calf struggles weakly, causing the mud to tighten again around the lower body. I climb back into the patrol boat and start the engine. I apply slow, steady throttle to create gradual pulling tension. The rope tightens across the mud pit. The baby buffalo calf shifts slightly upward but remains partially trapped. The mud resists with heavy suction. I increase tension carefully, avoiding a violent snap. The lower body begins to rise centimeter by centimeter. Thick mud releases slowly with a heavy sucking movement. This is the only chance to free the baby buffalo calf before the pride regains control. I step back toward the patrol boat as the herd of adult buffalo closes in around the freed injured baby buffalo calf. The adult lions hesitate but do not fully retreat. The baby buffalo calf stands unsteadily on mud-covered legs, breathing hard. Fresh wounds remain visible on the head and shoulders from the earlier attack. The herd forms a tight protective circle on firmer ground. One adult lion suddenly charges forward in a final attempt to reclaim the calf. The herd reacts instantly. Several adult buffalo lower their heads and surge toward the charging lion. Dust and wet soil scatter as hooves strike the ground. The charging adult lion is forced to veer away under the defensive wall of horns. Other adult lions begin backing away into the tall grass. The baby buffalo calf nearly collapses again, legs trembling from exhaustion. I move quickly but stay near the patrol boat, ready to intervene if the pride regroups. The herd tightens the circle further around the calf. The adult lions retreat several more meters, reassessing from a safer distance. The baby buffalo calf attempts another step and remains upright. Mud continues sliding off the lower body onto the wet soil. The dominant adult buffalo advances several steps toward the pride. The lions finally turn and withdraw deeper into the grassland. The floodplain grows quieter as distance increases between predator and herd. The baby buffalo calf is still alive, still standing. The herd slowly begins guiding the calf away from the unstable mud pit. I release a slow breath and lower my shoulders. The turning point has held. Survival now depends on the calf's strength to move with the herd. The herd slows as the ground becomes dry and stable away from the mud pit. The baby buffalo calf walks in the center of the group without collapsing. Dried mud continues falling from the legs with each steady step. The bite wounds on the head and shoulders are visible but no longer bleeding. An adult buffalo brushes gently against the calf's side. The calf responds by lifting its head higher than before. The distance between the herd and the mud pit increases with every movement. No adult lions are visible across the tall grass. The floodplain feels wide and open again. I remain near the patrol boat and watch from afar. The calf pauses briefly and then takes several confident steps forward. The herd adjusts pace to match the calf's recovery. The injured baby buffalo calf is no longer trembling. Breathing becomes slower and more controlled. The protective circle around the calf loosens slightly. The herd begins grazing lightly while still surrounding the calf. The calf lowers its head and takes a small mouthful of grass. Life resumes in small but undeniable movements. The mud pit lies far behind in the fading light. The wetlands return to quiet stillness. I untie the remaining rope from the patrol boat. I remain standing in silence as the herd moves farther into the savannah. The baby buffalo calf keeps walking. The herd absorbs the calf back into its formation. The Okavango Delta settles into calm. Survival holds.